Oh, well, hello, one and all. Hi, everybody. Woo! Oh, hold on. Hi, everybody, and welcome to the Woe Pony podcast. My name is Grace Clark, and thank you very, very much for joining me this evening. I'm in a good mood. As lame as it sounds, the podcast has been doing quite well. We're doing well on YouTube and on TikTok. TikTok? Oh, Grace, just start again. The podcast is doing quite well on TikTok, YouTube, Instagram and things like that, and it really gives you a boost when things are going well. So yeah, I'm in quite a good mood this evening. Today's topic of the week on the Woe Pony podcast is workplace dramas. Now, I would just like to state I do not mean my own workplace dramas. If any colleagues of mine are listening, please don't get rid of me. I've found stories, I've got stories for you from the internet of outrageous workplace stories. Most of them are to do with infidelity, but we'll just brush past that. Lots and lots of workplace drama stories to share with you this evening on the podcast. If you're listening on the radio, we've got lots of tunes. If you're listening on the radio, we'll just go to one more song before we get to our topic of the week. And if you're listening on the podcast, we'll be a root a book. Okay. So apparently, they don't like my jingles. Apparently, the system does not like my jingles. That is the rudest... Hold on, everyone. Hold on. Everyone just calm down. Everyone wait. Right, just for context. The system didn't play my jingle. It just did Sam Ryder and then just didn't play my jingle. So... Can I replay it? No? Hello? Right. Can we all just calm down, okay? I don't know why that didn't play, and I'm mad about it. Welcome back to the Woe Pony podcast. It's all happening today, apparently in the studio. I'm frightened to press the go button after I've done some of these stories, because God knows what's going to happen. But tell you what, we'll experience it together and we'll have a good laugh about it. And it wouldn't be the Woe Pony podcast without some mishaps, drama, chaos, tomfoolery, carnage, and just general upset. Okay, so today's topic of the week is workplace drama. And I'd like to state that this is not my own workplace drama. There's no drama at my workplace that I'm aware of. These are stories that I've found and been told. So without further ado, let's dive right in. I worked at a large, very well-known company. One day, one of the higher level executives walked past my co-workers and me. It felt as if the air was sucked from the room. The whole vibe changed and everyone was giving each other these looks. I asked my boss what the deal was, and she said she couldn't tell me, but told me to Google his name. I rushed to my desk, and as soon as I searched his name, several news articles appeared. The police were reopening his late wife's unsolved axe murder case. And they were questioning him again because he was still their main suspect, and his behaviour was suspicious. It was awkward when he was around after that. Okay, straight in with an axe murder, apparently. Love that for us on the podcast. That's a bit extreme. Don't really know what to say about that. That's from 0 to 100, isn't it? Imagine thinking, oh, things are a bit awkward. It's a bit weird atmosphere, and someone goes, yeah, he murdered his wife. Okay, all right then. Moving on to the next one. The principal at our school went through a divorce. Shortly after, he started spending a lot of time with the married secretary. That blew up around the time he started dating a teacher at the school. So he's got the secretary and he's got the teacher. And he's going through a divorce, okay. Who was also the secretary's friend. Okay. The secretary's husband found out and confronted them at school. She found another job while he is still our principal. He ended up marrying, but she took another job because she was tired of the gossip. The teachers still joke about it all the time, especially after the principal applied for a job at the secretary's new job and didn't get it. Karma. Okay, very messy, very messy. There's marriage, there's divorce, there's infidelity, there's best friends, there's lies, there's drama.
Oh, and I love it.
Imagine being a pupil at that school. You would 100% know about all of that gossip. You would 100% know. Students know everything. I love that. The next one says, I had just graduated from college and applied for a position I knew I wouldn't get, but I was hoping for the interview experience. I did the interview and didn't hear anything for a month. I then got a call saying I got the job. I was ecstatic, but a bit confused. Typically, this position requires 2 years of experience, and they usually do an internal hire before going external. A few months later, I found out the only other applicant, who was internal, had slept with one of her previous bosses, thereby ruining his reputation and family and her own. She also apparently had told horrible rumours about a co-worker and her male boss, which the boss's wife found out about. My current boss had no idea of this until it was brought up by his co-worker, and he shut it down there. Thanks to her infidelity, I got a pretty sweet gig. My only reservation about that is, do you want to get involved with all of that workplace drama? I don't think hearing all of that drama, do you want to get involved? Are there better jobs out there for you? Because, I mean, people would say that there's drama at all jobs, but I would argue that there's not. That's a bit too much. Okay. One of our fellow cashiers has been dating another employee for about a year. They are the it couple at our store and everyone adores them. What she doesn't know is that on the days she doesn't work, he's flirting with all the other female cashiers. No one had the balls to tell her until a few days ago. One of our managers finally spilled the beans. The blow-up was massive. She slapped him and ran through as many terrible words as she could before she was escorted out. She still has her job after a brief suspension. However, he got fired for making out with another girl in the freezer in the back of the store. Karma for cheating at its finest. That is very dramatic. She slapped him and ran through and called him all these terrible words, and then she was suspended. But then he was making out with another girl in the freezer. Okay, wow. Okay. I worked at a bank. So many affairs. Okay. Nearly everyone was sleeping with the same guy. Great, okay. Office parties were the place to see everything going down. I just observe who was sneaking around. I love that. In the corner with a drink, just... You know, your eyes over your glasses on the bridge of your nose, just looking around. A manager was recorded saying inappropriate things and he was fired. Ooh. He had a history of being inappropriate before. A co-worker stole nearly...
How much?
A co-worker stole nearly 300 grand in cash from a night deposit bag. The cameras weren't working. Wow, that is a gutsy move, isn't it? I mean, I think stealing 300 quid is major. 300 grand in cash. Wow, okay, that is dramatic. Banks come across as being really, you know, classy, being really... Maybe it's just maybe I've got that image from Mary Poppins. Clearly, it's not as classy as it looks on the outside. Okay, as I worked in HR for a large company. It was widely known that one of the women in the department had an affair with a sales executive when they were both married to other people. When it came out, he had to leave the company. They divorced their partners and married each other, okay? Then when I was there, she started having an affair with the director of HR. Again, both were married. Well, obviously, yeah, 'cause she's married to the new guy. And they got caught on a business trip, but this time it was just sort of brushed under the rug. The department kind of just moved on from it and they stopped seeing each other, although it caused all sorts of tension and questions about favouritism and basically blew up the department for a while. Ooh. Okay, these cheeky HR people. I love that because HR are the people that you're supposed to have meetings with when things go wrong or you've been a bit naughty and stuff like that. Well, okay, it's all going down in human resources. It continues. Around the time that I left, I noticed that one of the customer service directors was hanging out in HR a lot for no reason. He worked in another building. Cut to a year later when I met up with my work friend, she told me that he and the woman were having an affair, divorced their spouses, and were now marrying each other. Oh, goodness me. This lady does not give up, does she? She'll keep trying to find the one, I guess. This woman was so smart and so kind, and it just blew my mind that she kept having affairs with her bosses and co-workers. Yeah. Well, she sounds like a barrel of laughs. Okay. And on that note, I think we'll go to the half-past adverts where I can sort out the system, hopefully. Oh. And then we'll come back to part 2 in a momento if you're listening on the podcast. Fingers crossed, everyone. Okay, I'm going to press the button. Are we ready?